I'm a capable woman. I can do this. Okay. Please tell me I'm recording. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I mean, it's working. I just had to say that, didn't I? Hello! Welcome back to the Spoonie Stitcher channel. I'm Shannon the Spoonie Stitcher. You're inside the Stitchery, and I'm so happy you're here today. If you're new, hi! I'm Shannon. I'm the Spoonie Stitcher. A spoonie is somebody who has a chronic condition, and a stitcher is somebody who makes art with textiles. This channel is all about creativity. Anything that makes your creative juices flowing, that's what we try to do on this channel. We've got baking, we've got cooking, we've got art, we've got crafting, we've got stuff with textiles, we've got animation, movie talk, all kinds of stuff on this channel. So if that sounds like something that sounds fun to you, maybe hit the subscribe button. I'll wait. Thank you so much. Maybe hit like button while you're down there as well. That tells the algorithm you want more stuff like this. Today, I don't know what we're gonna do, but stay tuned and we'll have fun together. We're at a new angle today. So this is the Caydo or Caydo, I think it's Caydo Electric Yarn Winder in blue. I got this for Christmas from my wonderful parents because I said I really want to try this. We got the blue version. There were several other colors, but I wanted to make sure that I got the legitimate brand. There are lots of knockoffs out there, and I wanted to make sure I got the legitimate brand. So I gave my parents all the specs and was like, this is the one. And they went, okay. Okay. This is the unboxing. Ooh. Everything's wrapped. That's good. Nothing gets scratched. Heavy. Good. That makes me happy. Oh, tools. Well, something was in there. We have lots of pieces. Oh dear. Everything's flying at me. Okay. And that is everything that's in the box. Is there anything on the box that will help me? No. So, this is the base. Got our little on-off switch. It's a little dial. Ooh. Okay. So that's going to go to my table, which is right here. Yeah. So there's this piece and this piece. Screwdriver. Plug and cord. And a spindle. Okay. And praise the Lord for instruction manuals. Okay. Oh no. Please tell me there's written instructions. I don't like QR codes. I don't trust them. Okay, good. Okay, make sure I've got all my pieces here. It says the yarn guide, the screw, and the screwdriver. I've got 5 screws here. Hopefully that's enough. The adapter and power cord, winder base, winder shaft. Usually these things are called spindles, but okay. Winder shaft, and that's it. Okay, so I have all my pieces. That's a good sign. Installation steps. We recommend scanning the QR code and watch the video, blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing that. I don't trust you. Okay. I can do this with pictures. I hope. think. Okay. I'm a capable woman. I can do this. Okay. All right. First, you take this piece and this piece. And somehow they are connected. So, this piece has holes. This is the yarn guide. This piece that looks like it's wearing a funny little cowboy hat, it has holes in the back. So does this. Ta-da! And then this is going to curve off to the side. All right, so I'm guessing there's a screw that goes there. Because how else is it going to stay in place? And then this piece is going to go into the base. There's a hole for a screw, so I assume I'm doing that right. So this piece is going to go in there. Isn't it? Oh yeah, it's just a really tight fit, but it does fit. Okay, so that piece goes in there. Not the plug side, but the other side, the wider side. And that piece will go in like so. And that will also take a screw. Okay, let's get out my tools. Woohoo! These are the tiniest screws. Do not lose them. Okay, so we're going to place one screw in like that. Use this teeny tiny little screwdriver. Oops. Twist until it cannot move. Until the screw is no longer moving. But be careful not to strip your screw. That means doing it so tight that you actually damage the screw. Okay, that feels secure. And now okay, now we do this part. Actually, you're supposed to do this part first, but it really doesn't matter. And actually, I think now that this part's secure, it'll be easier for me to do it because, yeah. Okay. Do I do it from, which side do I do it though? This side, definitely. Screw goes on the front, so it goes through the front, not the back. Okay. Please tell me I'm recording. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Okay. Here's my screw. There's my base. And there's a hole. Now one looks like a mirror and one looks like a hole. So test it, put your finger through the back, wherever your finger is, that's where the hole is. Because they can look similar, so. It doesn't say to do that, I learned that as a trick after many, many camera stands. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, something's wrong. It doesn't want to go through. But there's clearly a hole for it to go through. Ah, okay. That was my bad. So what I did was, you see this teeny tiny little prong here between the two holes? I don't know if you can see that. This piece right here. That has to go through this middle piece that's kind of oval. These two are circle, but this one is oval. Make sure that that goes through there. Otherwise, your screw won't go through. Ask me how I know. Okay. That makes more sense. You know, you should have written that in the instructions, just saying. Okay. So there's two holes though, but there's only one screw. Well, I'll put one screw, and if there's a screw left over, I'll put it in the other hole. Ah, there we go. How much nicer you go in now. Okay. All right, guys, learn from my mistakes. There we go. Okay. Nice and secure. May not even need to, but if there's an extra one, I'll put it there. Okay. We did that and that. And now we move on to part 2. Attaching screw part D onto part C and ensure the winder shaft is tightened. This is D, this is C. Oh, you can't see. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So as we can see, there are spaces here and then there are pieces here, just like this one. So these obviously have to go in the spaces and the other ones have to go like so. Now this says loose and fasten. So I assume I want to go with fasten. Oh, that sounds good. It locked. I heard a noise that sounded like it locked. Okay. Okay. Yep, I think I did that right. On to part 3. We're already clamping it to the desk, but I still have screws. Maybe they're backup screws? Well, in that case, I'm going to put another screw through that hole. That other hole in the front. I'm going to do another one. Just to make sure it's secure. Okay. All right, now we're clamping it to the table. Okay, this one has to face this way. I'm gonna have to really loosen this part because I have a very thick table head. Oh no, come on. Please work. Oh, there's an extra bar here, but there isn't on this side. Will it fit on this side? One second. This is just a TV table. It is not the sturdiest of things, but I might be able to actually attach this, so let's try. This is much thinner, so this thing has a little ways to go. Okay. Just like a regular yarn winder, I'm just turning the little screw to clamp it onto the table. Apparently my table is really thin. Come on. Okay, I think that's good. Although it's kind of awkward that the spindle's over, or not the spindle, this is the spindle. The yarn guide is over here. Because Did I put it on backwards? No, I didn't. I've done everything right, but it's off the table. Wait, can you see? It's off the table. But not in the picture. And according to this, I did everything right. Oh well, maybe it'll still work. Okay. Oh. Okay. Secure device by clamping to desk or table. Thread the yarn through the lowest hole of the yarn guide. Okay. Oh yeah, I probably should have picked my yarn. Well, we'll use you. Because you're right here. Okay. Lowest hole. That would be this one down here. Can you guys see? Okay, this one. Lift up the spring and feed the yarn through the groove in the middle. Oh, so you pull this back and there's a hole there. Oops. Okay, I did that. Now what? Continue threading the yarn through the holes and grooves. Okay, so it looks like this, and how do you do this one? This. That was kind of tricky. And then like that. Okay, now what? Tuck the end into the 4 slots. These, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what do I do with the tail? Does that go through this hole? No, it just kind of hangs out. Plug the power cord in, then slowly turn the knob to the right to start the machine. Oh yeah, power cord. Forgot about that part. Okay. Okay, so I threaded all of this correctly. However, they would prefer that the yarn be prepped beforehand, and thankfully I just wound a lot of balls of yarn, so I will get one of those. Let's do the one without the metallic thread at first. And I'm going to actually use this box that it came with as a yarn bowl. Okay, now then, we go through the bottom hole, pull the spring, through the spring hole, whoop, and then go through this side, through the spring hole, come on, there we go, through this side, okay, and then around the 4 pegs. Whoops, wrong way, it's this way. Okay, I'm gonna pull that a little bit, okay. Not gonna lie, I'm nervous. Okay, all right. Slowly turn the knob to the right to start the machine. When the yarn encounters resistance, the machine may pause and then try to automatically restart to wind. If the yarn knots, the machine cannot pull the yarn, so please turn off the machine immediately, straighten the yarn out, and restart. Please organize your yarn before to get a much better experience. When winding bulky yarn, skip this part and just go around it. Don't put it through. Okay, well this is just worsted weight yarn, 100% acrylic, nothing fancy. Here we go. Well, that didn't work because it came right out. What did I do wrong? I don't know. Okay, I'll go through the fourth one again, see if that does anything. So go around and then tuck it back in the first one. See if that does anything. We're just going slow. Okay, what is going on? You are not gripping. It says to go in the 4 prongs. And I'm doing that. And I'm gonna do it twice because I'm really tired of this thing falling out. Okay. I'm afraid to go any faster because I want to keep an eye on it. I mean, it's working. I just had to say that, didn't I? Come on now. Sounds like there's a lot of friction and resistance. Maybe I should have skipped this first step, like you do for bulky yarns. We'll try that on the second ball, see if that makes any difference. Let's go a little bit faster, see if that makes any difference at all. It almost fixed it itself. I didn't actually have to pull it that much. It's working, y'all. I mean, look at this. Every time I say that. For me, this is a really great invention because I have neuralgia in my arms, and so cranking my yarn can be really exhausting. Sometimes it can be fun, but doing it over and over and over again can be really exhausting. So this is kind of a game changer for me. And a time saver for a lot of people, because while this is going, you can be doing something else. Just don't leave it unattended because it could get caught and you need to turn it off. But as long as you're nearby to do something like this, I could go faster, but I'm a little nervous to go too fast with this thing. I must have wound this ball really tight. I do really want to try it on my burnout yarn though, because I've seen a lot of people do it with that, and that would be great for me. But we'll let this one finish out. I'll come back later once this is done. I want to show you guys something. I think there's too much friction, and I think that's why it keeps stopping so much. So watch when I do this. Hold it away from here slightly and hold it up here slightly. Woo! It had a much easier time, didn't it? I may have to find like little foamy things or something to like place right there for some yarns, and others you can skip this one altogether, it says, for the bulky yarn. Because the problem is if you create too much friction, it gets stuck. So now I assume I just slide it off like I do all my others. But let me read and see if it says anything on how to take it off. That would be a no. Okay. There we go. Isn't she pretty? Okay, let's grab some burnout yarn and see what we can do here. All right, so let's start with this one. Now it says when you do bulky yarn, you skip this part. So you go through here, but you don't go through the spring part. You skip that. And then you go through here. It didn't say to skip the second one, did it? It says skip the first spring. Okay. So I'll go through the second spring. I can get the yarn through there. Huh. Okay, not as easy as you think. There we go. And through there. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. And wrap around. Go through the little things. And go through them again because I don't trust it anymore. Okay. Let's try it. Just slowly first. Let's give it some room here. There we go. Okay. Just to get it started. It's getting caught on my blanket. There we go. You can hear the static. Oh boy. Woo! Okay, when winding polyester yarn, Maybe have a dryer sheet nearby because there will be static. Oh my. Okay, so maybe if I don't use both springs, maybe it just works a whole lot better for the bulky yarn. But there's our little cake. So let's try this one, but we don't use any springs. Technically this one is already caked, but it's a mess of a cake, so not doing that. Okay, just go around the spring like that. Okay, and start slowly. I think it's liking the no spring thing. This is going really well. Yay, I can cake up my Bernat yarn. Hallelujah. Almost done. It was just a scrap. Ta-da! I don't know how you guys finish off your cakes. I just wrap it around and then tuck it inside. Whoop. There we go. Ta-da! So here's a tip I learned. Thread a needle. Then you can get through all the pieces. Voila. So easy. Okay, so let's try this metallic one. See how that goes. I am going to use the spring. You know what? I'm going to skip the side spring, but I'm going to use the top spring. How's that? Let's try that. Because I think there was just too much friction in that last one. The white one that we did. Okay. Go in all 4 pegs. Okay. I'm going to slide it slowly. Now a little faster. The good news is the off the table thing, not a problem. Oh, we were so close. Come on. Must have wrapped this part a little too tight. So it looks like the metallic thread isn't a problem. When this is over, I actually just thought of a really fun test. So this could take a while, so I will be back. Okay, the ultimate test here. Can the Wool Genie be used with the electric yarn winder? Let's find out. So we're gonna thread this through here. This is a 3-weight, so I am going to use the spring. Might be too much friction though. Yeah, I'm not going to use the spring. I'm going to skip the first spring and I'll use the second spring. That seems to have better success anyway. I only had to fix that blue one like a couple times, so I think I like this method. Okay. Wrap it around all 4 prongs. Okay. Here we go. Come on, Wool Genie, do your stuff. We're just gonna start out slow. A little faster so it doesn't get hung up. Also, in case you're wondering what this gorgeous yarn is, this is the Soho Noel in the color Soot. One of my favorite Christmas yarns. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Ah! Did you see that? It fixed itself! What is happening? Oh my gosh! Okay, this is the coolest thing ever. It fixed itself. What? Can it go a little faster? I don't want to go too fast because I don't want the little Wool Genie to go out of control. So, I don't like that it's tapping that much, so let's go down a little bit. We want to be nice to the Wool Genie. Whom I have affectionately called Genie. Ah! It did it again! No way. Well, this is just awesome. Kind of mesmerizing too, because it's so glittery and shiny. This is so cool. Y'all probably don't think this is half as fascinating as I do, but I think this is awesome that it fixed itself. I didn't have to do anything. I will say though, if you do this at home, please don't go too fast on the yarn winder because you don't want your Wool Genie to like be pulled too much that it starts going all over the place and knocking into itself, and because it could, you know, potentially it could get stuck. So just be nice to the Wool Genie. You can go fast, but not too fast. I'm not even at the middle of the mark yet. I'm still on the low side over here. Because when it was going too fast, it was making too much noise with the Wool Genie, and that made me nervous, so. Okay, well, I don't want us sitting here forever, so I'll be back when it's done. Hi, sorry to interrupt, but just a quick reminder, please hit the like button and share to anyone you think would like this video, but also leave a comment. Did you know that leaving a comment helps the algorithm so much? Likes are important, shares are important, but comments actually boost the algorithm and help our channels spread so that more people can see that we exist. So if you would please leave a comment, even if it's just hi or an emoji, or you have something to say about the video, or you have a question for me, please leave it in the comment section. I would be very appreciative. Oh, and if you're liking what you're seeing, maybe subscribe. We have all kinds of fun over here. So many different things happen on this channel. You never know. Okay, thank you for letting me interrupt. Now enjoy your video. I also added a small needle just to create a small space so that there's still some tension, but it's not pressed so hard on the string so that it starts to go a little more evenly. It's working so far. So what are my thoughts on the Caydo Electric Winder? I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Only thing I would improve is you don't always have to use the first spring. In fact, if you're using an acrylic yarn, you may not want to use the first spring because it can get stuck. There's too much friction. So I would skip the first spring and just use this spring. And if it's getting stuck on this spring, just lift it up. So when you're doing the bulky yarn though, skip both the springs. It says to skip the first one, skip both of them. So just use the holes. The other thing is it says to wrap it around once to secure it. I wrapped it around twice, or like 1.5, because when I wrapped it around once, well, you saw it fell right off. So those are the only things I would change. So I love it. I think it's great. This is not sponsored in any way. I did not contact Caydo. Sorry, I don't have a discount code for you. I just wanted to try this out myself, see what it was like, and so I asked for it for Christmas, and my parents were like, okay. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think this is a really great product. I'm really, really excited for especially us spoonies who have arm pain and the cranking of the thing. I'm still gonna keep mine. I'm still gonna keep my my big yarn winder and probably my little one. I do actually like winding up my little ones. It's fun. But I am going to keep all my yarn winders. This is not going to replace anything. In your life, it might replace it. But for me, see, my thing about electric is what if it breaks down? So I want to have the manual option just in case. So I'm still going to keep mine, but I'm really excited. I don't have a Swift. I'm sorry. They do have a picture in the manual of trying it with a Swift. So the best I could do was the Wool Genie. So I hope that was okay. But I'm really excited. So yeah, I will link the Caydo website down below if you want to get one yourself. This isn't gift or garbage, but if it was gift or garbage, worth the price? Yes. Well made? Yeah. Appropriate audience? Yeah, definitely made for adults, maybe teenagers, and up. Definitely not made for kids, so we're good. Although a kid could totally operate this with adult supervision. So it's not harmful for a kid. I mean, you can't even really get your finger like stuck in anything. The springs are so small. And I mean, you could probably use this around a toddler and not have to worry about them like sticking their finger in something and getting hurt. I mean, they might get a little bit of yarn burn if they do it when the thing is going really, really fast, but that's about it. So good value, good price, well made. Does it do what it says it does? Yes. Spoonie approved? Oh, heck yes. Spoonies, especially if you have nerve problems, you need this. So, is it gift or garbage? What do you think? Gift! Thank you so much for being here today. Remember, life happens, yarn helps, and spoonies can stitch it up too. Bye. Experiment is a success. So, I skipped going through the first spring and just went through the second spring, and it's much smoother. So that's what I would recommend for worsted weight yarn. Skip the first spring.